You. Whoa, wait, wait.
Maybe for real.
Nah.
All right, Nick, we're here. We're doing our first ever, well, not our first ever NERC recap, but one where actually I'm not just gonna be talking the entire time to myself. We got the two NERC brain trustees minus Detra. We're missing Detra. He'd be the third one, and we're gonna do this with Benny Brullier, as I call him, and Joe DeVincentis, also known as Devo. Devo looks like he just got out of the shower, so he made sure to look nice for us today. Boys, how's the holiday weekend been?
It's been good. Been good. My son's birthday. Celebrated that. Had a good time. I think you did too, right?
Yeah, I had a birthday party yesterday. That was a shit show, but
Oh yeah.
it was just windy. It was like the coldest day of May. But yeah. So Ben,
Nothing, just kind of chilling. Headed over to the park tomorrow to watch some horses race with the
oh
family.
shit,
So
it's a good
I'll be
idea.
I'll be
Where,
fun.
where's Corey Mackin? Did he go back already? He made an appearance for the couple weeks for the Stickheads, and then he just disappeared.
Yeah, he's got a busy summer. So we went to Disney. They got back. Then they went to his buddy's wedding in Turks and Caicos.
Oh
So he's been
wow.
sending videos of him like jet skiing, water clear as hell. So
So roll's
um,
not on the mind for him right now.
yeah, so then he's on his way back. Then they're going to another wedding in Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh my God.
Then they get back from that and they're moving up to Rhode Island for the rest of the summer. So
No, so he's out for roller for the summer then.
yeah, he'll be back for maybe a week in July at some point. So
So
he might
he'll
he'll
show
play
up
that week.
show up just enough time to beat deuces and get them all mad. So perfect.
Exactly.
All right, so we're gonna be reviewing the weeknight playoffs, what just played, which is basically playing games, quarterfinals, a couple of semifinals, and then jumping into the preview the week ahead. So what we're gonna do is technology. We're gonna share the screen here and make sure this works. So, all right, here's what we got going on. So we have an Ironman coming up. Always like talking about the Ironmans because they're always a good time. So we have an Ironman coming up during the break between the seasons. So that's shown here when they get that out there early and often. It is officially roller season per Roller Dad News. So I know a couple of the guys are going up to SummerSlam. So there'll be a State Wars event right here. So that's also popping up this week. And then let's jump right into our predictions thus far and kind of just look at it. So Liberty, so far, I'm out on that. Benny has Advocates still in there, and Devo still has the Dogs in there. So you guys both up on me on that one. Devo, you got a game three on your hand, Dogs versus Kraken, and Kraken kind of got beat up on. Do you think the Dogs got it in them to do a Benny versus Devo Platinum Championship matchup?
Yeah, I always bet on the dogs, man. They have what's his name? Who's 87? I'm doing right.
Sobe.
They
So
got
be
Toby. Yeah, the guy's a legend. The guy's a Nerc legend. He always will be. So
All right, so we have one in the mix then there. In gold, I'm the only one left, so I win the gold bracket there because, well, unless Bernsey doesn't win, but you guys had D5. Obviously, Ben's gonna pick them. It's his team, and then obviously Deeves, you're picking your team there with DHC. So I'm the only one live in gold still. In silver, me and Ben have the same person, so we're pulling on the same chain there. Ben, what are you gonna do? You're playing the Mad Ulfers. I'm sure you thought you were playing the Deuces, or like probably expected to play the Deuces because they've been in the championship the past like 3 years.
I know when I think you sent the update to us and I looked at the score, I was like, what the hell's going on here? Um, I don't know. I like playing the Mad Elfers. Like I like all those guys. I know they're all young and they piss a lot of people off, but they're good players and they just know how to get under everybody's skin. And it's like there's one team in that division that I don't really want to play. It's them because they're chippy. They just talk shit the whole game. I mean, I think it's fun as hell, but guys on my team like Pat Foy and
Oh boy.
Kurtz, they'll just give it right back to him, and then it can easily turn into a shit show. So, but it'll be a good game. I'm excited for it.
Speaking of Pat Foy, the other day he buried oh, I forget who it was, but he buried someone. And I was sitting there next to Jastro and I was sitting with Savannah. So it had to be in the DHC game. Who do you guys play, Ben? You guys or Devo?
We played
Hawks.
the Hawks, yeah.
So he buried Ethan, and Jastro looks at me and Savannah. He goes, "If you get buried by Pat Fool, you might as well just skate off the rink right then and there." It was hilarious. So that's my Jasher impersonation. So you guys, so me and Ben are basically pulling for the stickheads in that one. I mean, I'm happy the Elfers made it to a championship. The last time they did, they got kind of shelled. It was like a crazy high scoring game, but they have Aiden in that now.
Yeah.
That's a huge plus for them, and he played really good against the Deuces. So in Bronze A, Thieves, you and I, we got there. We picked the Adventure Avalanche.
Okay.
We're there. They're going to be playing Threat Level Midnight, which Ben almost had a comeback there, but then they wound up giving up like three at the end. That was a wild game. They were Threat Level was up like 3 goals. Then they gave it up, and then they wound up winning by 2 or 3. So Thieves, we're still alive there. Bronze B. I think we're all still alive because they're in the semifinals. So Bronze B is completely up for grabs.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into the preview for this week, so we'll talk about that. Copper A, we got Advocate and Dragons. Everyone's still alive in Copper A. This is where it gets dicey. And I know it's your anniversary today, which congrats to Mr. and Mrs. Deves. But man, Copper B, Ben basically just needs healthy scratches to win. But Deves,
Uh, I mean,
this was the Utes' year.
we were down 6-0, and with like
Six
six,
nothing.
we were down 6-0 with 6 minutes left in the second, and I called a timeout, and nobody said anything. I hollered the whole time. I mean, I didn't holler. I gave like the best like halftime speech I could have thought of, and everybody was like just listening, like everybody was feeling it. Everybody was
Yeah.
feeling like the weight of that loss that we're. I mean, we just got our asses kicked. I mean, that was just the long and short of it. We after the timeout, we got a quick goal. I fucking seeded one right to Vinny.
There you go.
Um,
Glad we let time out.
yeah, it was almost perfect. I didn't sally. I was just like a little fist bump. But I mean, they won every puck battle. It was like virtually every puck battle,
Yeah.
and just buried almost all of their chances. It just
I,
they took our legs out from under us.
I thought it was the Vinny farewell tour. I thought you guys it was like do it for Vinny because he's having the second kid, so he's taking off for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to talk him into just playing half the season
Yeah.
and maybe making playoffs.
And we all know we all have kids. The first like 3 months, you can't really do much anyway.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
Yeah. All right.
and then in Copper C, you guys are both alive. I'm out. So you guys are head to head in that one.
Who do
Uh,
you have? And here, I can't see because you're in the way.
the what? The graphic.
Yeah, who do you have on the Copper City?
I have Cafe Carmela. They were
Okay.
out. So Turbulence and Bad News Bears play each other. So you guys are in there.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we're doing better than normal. I feel like normally, we're not hitting this hard. So,
Yeah, yeah. I feel like
um,
we like all of our guys are like gone.
yeah,
It's
like
like anybody's season.
yeah. So normally we're pretty awful at this. Like I said, I think I did the numbers. We're like under 50%, like normally with this. So.
Yeah. By the way, I think I'm definitely not picking my teams next season. I think Benny was on to something last season when he didn't pick his because it's just been the kiss of death,
It is.
the
Well,
absolute kiss of death.
that's
Yeah.
why I didn't pick the Hawks. I didn't pick the Hawks because every time I pick them, we used to get like, and I'm not playing with them right now. Wakefield took my spot three
Yeah.
weeks ago when I got hurt, but like every time I picked the Hawks, we lose, and every time I didn't, and they would give me shit, they went to the championship. So Ben definitely, well, Ben picked two of his teams up.
Well, because I won last season, I didn't pick them, and just walking into the locker room, you just get shit for it. So I was fuck it, I'll just do it this season.
Well, that's good that people are paying attention at least. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
um,
I mean, I think I've heard at least 3 people go like, "Yeah, thanks, Steve. You
oh
picked
yeah,
me for the
there's
chip."
Mhm.
I was like, I forgot I did that.
There's a lot of that. I mean, these guys pay attention. I Tim Flanagan, he's on Ben's team, Stickheads. He he asked me about it all the time. He was like, dude, I like watch. He's like, I watch it on YouTube and all that stuff. So, all right. So we are going to go through. I'm going to take us off the screen. We're going to go full screen here. So I'm not going to go through every single game, but we started on Monday, gold semifinals. Ben, let's talk about your game real quick. You guys smoked the Renegades, which is usually not the case because, sorry guys. I mean, a click on that. The Renegades always put up a tough game, I feel like.
Yeah, they so like they're a team where like they have a decent roster and everything, but like when you have like other rosters that have like Joe Brennan on it, who's seasoned veteran Joe Pro,
Yeah,
and
bro.
um like DHC who's always top of the standings and everything like that. Renegades are a team that they just don't stop for 3 periods, and they all like they skate nonstop. They back check. They play man on man very well, and it was we just usually we play very close games to them, and it's usually really annoying to play against. But I mean, it's good hockey. It's just you can't break through on them, and then they pop in a couple extra
Right.
lucky ones, and then they end up either winning or keeping it close. But we were just able to break through, and for like the first time all season, we had a full bench there with I think 9 guys, so that helped.
Yeah, I mean, Dave, you play against them too. I feel like they always play DHC tight.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I was gonna say, like, I've played for them and I've played against them for like 3 years now, and they're by far the most annoying team to play against. I can tell you, and I mean that respectfully. They're just
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
they don't they never break. They bend but don't break at the very like I feel like they just collapse to a box so quickly and nobody gets in that front of that net uncontested ever.
Yeah.
It's just it feels like.
And I know they were missing some guys, but at the end of the day, you're always gonna miss guys. It's men's league. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
which is funny because like Rob, who I do roller dad with, they play twice a week. Their season, they play twice a week. I'm like, how do guys like find time to play twice a week like that? And I guess their league's a lot smaller, so that's it. But like they have like 8 teams and they play twice a week. So it just like I don't know,
Oh,
like threw me off a little bit, but shows you how big like it is in our area. The
yeah.
other good game, which I was surprised about in this on Monday, was threat level and Turtle Power because Turtle Power had a rough season. They're usually at the top of the standings.
Yeah.
They kept it a game here. I mean, I was very surprised about that. The other one, I mean, Dirty Dogs beating Kraken 5-2. We beat the shit out of Advocate in that game. I don't know what happened, but we must have been on one that game, but we had a good game there. And then the Aces. We've just sucked all year, to be honest with you. We've got mercy I think like 60% of the games we played. So that was kind of for Monday. On Tuesday, I mean, if you these scores are wild. Like to be honest with you, these scores on Tuesday are absolutely wild. Like 10-5. Like what the fuck? What happened to the no names, Steve? You play in this division? Like what happened to the no names?
I don't know. I thought they got better, and then because they picked up like some young kid I never seen before, um, and then they just started losing. I don't. They make no sense to me.
Yeah,
Uh, I played them 3 years in a row in the championship when they were in Copper Bay, and I couldn't get a read on that. It was either Anthony was just scoring on some crazy wraparound goal because he hustles more than anybody out there,
it does.
yeah, or I score on a couple of fluke goals and we win the game. Like that's how it went with when playing against them.
Yeah, I feel like you got to give Anthony Fisher an A for effort at least.
Oh yeah,
And he made our MVP, MVD, and MVG plaques, so we'll give him a
yeah.
little.
He's one
little
of my favorite players, dude. I
yeah.
root for him all the time.
Well, he's putting in his own team in the summer. He asked to be called some crazy name. I'll have to think of it. I'll have to look it up real quick. But he was like trying to do a team name and was like the most ridiculous thing. I was like, no, you can't do that. It was the Autistics.
Oh Jesus!
But autism spelled with like a stick, like a hockey stick.
Oh, that makes it better.
Yeah. But I was like, dude, I
Oh
don't
my
think
god.
I just told him, I was like, I can't allow that. You're an idiot. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean,
hey.
shout out to Sal DeJoseph too for that.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, in that 10-5 game, he had 5 goals and an assist. So
Yeah,
for the
he
Dragons.
He's dominating that league as he should. He's on your team.
Yeah.
I like the little bump you're trying to get him. I like that. I mean,
Yeah, I was,
so Deeves, you're gonna play the Dragons.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I think we play the Dragons, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about that? What
Oh,
do
it's gonna be a
you
tough
about
matchup.
Sale? What are you gonna do
Yeah, that's a
about
tough game.
Sale?
Yeah, I mean, do they have is Todd playing for the well, I guess
Yeah, he's on the Dragons.
he's
So
on the Dragons, okay. Because they won, I guess, right?
yeah, exactly.
Um yeah, they got another young kid on that team too. I always
Connor
forget
to
his
play.
name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Connor
yeah.
to play. Yeah.
he's on my stick kids team. He's a solid player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
I
When he wants to play right, he's good.
Hmm.
dude, I hate playing against Sal. Sal never stops skating.
I
Yeah,
know.
dude,
I'm
even
like huffing and puffing. I'm like, dude,
yeah,
I think, do you slow down?
yeah, even on like even in like silver, like he's such a pain in the ass to get around.
Yeah.
Like he's like a little gnat. Him and Carpino on the same line for D5 is like the worst. Because
Yeah.
they look the same when they skate. They like row the boat or they're skating the whole time. So so yeah, I mean, we talked about the Elfers game. A little bit of an upset. This I thought this was an upset too. The Wolfpack is 7-4 win over Nighthawks. Nighthawks moved down a division, which I was surprised. And they picked up this kid Joe Kalick. He plays on Sundays with the Stranglers. He's really good. And they had another kid they picked up. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but Wolfpack have their captain Kevin Haley is normally a player, plays on the inebriators, plays out, and he played goalie for this season for them. It was kind of just like a fun thing for him. But I was
Mm.
very surprised to see the Nighthawks lose that because the Nighthawks are a team that moved down. They used to do really good in Bronze A, and now they're in fucking Copper A. Like, what the? You dropped two divisions.
Yeah, but they don't have the McGraths. So the McGraths aren't playing, and they don't have Timmy Flanagan.
Fine again, yeah, I
So
guess.
without them three, I mean, those three were like their best players.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true. I know they picked up a couple guys that were pretty decent, but yeah, they're
yeah,
not.
no, and they're still a good team though. They're still a good team, and they were second for a while,
Yeah.
like the whole
Yeah, they
season.
were. That's why I thought it was a surprise because Wolfpack was basically these quarterfinals are essentially playing games,
Right, right.
for men's league. So, and that's why I always like the six teams because it does give you a quarter and it gives you
Yeah,
some incentive to try to get the bye.
yeah,
But all right, so on to Wednesday. Um, I mean, these games I think were all probably pretty much all went as planned. I thought Cafe Carmelo was going to steal him because the one kid, Ian, separated his shoulder like game three of the season, and they've replaced him with one of their buddies who's really good. He had like 7 goals the one game. So I was kind of banking on some insider information for Cafe Carmela to like get to the championship game and like they won a couple seasons ago or 43 Oak did kind of. If you remember 43 Oak like didn't win a game all season and then won the Copper C because they were in the bottom bracket, started getting their mojo and they won. So I was hoping that
yeah. I remember they beat the
oh
Utes. I remember.
yeah, I was kind of hoping Cafe Carmelo had the same story, but Turbulence, the old man got it done. Both veteran, I love this. This Copper C championship has two like NERC original teams going at it for the first time in a long time. So this is gonna be interesting. When I mean Deeves, again, you've played both these teams. Ben always picks Turbulence. Don't you? Don't you always pick you
I
always pick
do. I do.
Turbulence? What that is it because they gave you shit when you ref them? Is it like
So yeah, so it was Dave Jerry when he was playing for them. And I was refing them, and I called a penalty on him in the first, and then it was like my second week refing ever. Like I'm not a huge ref guy. I don't really have that bone in me to just tell people to fuck off.
like that, true?
Yeah, exactly. So like, and that's when I didn't know Dave either. So it was just this old guy yelling at me. I was stressed at work all day. I think I got home and my wife was giving me shit too. And then I get to the rink and then Dave Jerry's giving it to me. So I was that made me hate refing and I never refed a game.
And you picked them and you picked them.
And now I picked them and they're my team.
That's kind of a mush. You're kind of trying to mush them. You're like taking an automatic loss. Like, yeah, I'll just take a loss on that prediction. So,
Yeah.
um, so yeah, these games, I mean, like double agents, like they just need like they need one good guy to be on that team. They have the kid Dave Rogers who's pretty good, but
Mm,
they need like another good guy. I mean, they got Snack Bar Steve, like he's got points on the team. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So. I mean, he loves it though. Like he's in their chat, like firing it up and stuff. They've registered again, so they're coming back. Um, Broforce, I mean, dude, the guy Kevin on Broforce, this kid, I'm surprised he didn't have a point in this game. Oh no, there he is, Kevin O'Neill. This kid has won the scoring title for like it's almost like 80% of the seasons he's played in. It's unbelievable. Like his stats are crazy. If you just like look at it real quick, like his stats are insane. Every season, he's got 133 games, 343 points.
I
2 points per game. And
remember I remember
and
when
look
I
at
saw like we were about to play them and I was like, who the heck's Kevin O'Neill? And then we played the game and I'm like, you know what? Nobody stood out to me. But then
yeah.
I look at the stat sheet, he had like 7 goals against.
Yeah. Dude, look at this. He's got 58 points in playoffs in 27 games,
The
man.
guy just plays just good roller, you know?
No, Dave, you're gonna love this. He was a goalie in ice hockey.
That's what it was. See, I know it.
He just knows he's got a knack for the net, I guess. But yeah, I mean, Broforce is good. Broforce is always really good. They're another team is I feel like they're in every championship.
Yeah.
Um, but that this like bronze B cup rated divisions, they really are like kind of like it could be one big division at this
Yeah.
point, I feel like. So and then Thursday night we wrapped up with it. Ben, we were just talking about it before we hopped on. D5, Bernsey, 3-2. That's a tough, tight loss here.
Yeah, it's always a good battle with them too. It's they're a group of good guys, and it's tough to like stay in a zone against them because it's just messing around the whole time. Like I'm talking to Epright, just fucking around with him, trying to blow by him because he's fat as shit.
Yeah. But
But
yeah, he's still so good.
he's yeah. I mean, we both played D3 ice hockey, so it's and we both played Barons together. But the team that like Burnsy's a good team. It's honestly, have they won one yet? Like since they've been a team?
No, they lost. So they were in the championship a couple seasons ago in silver, and give credit to Bernsey because they're jumping up divisions as
Yeah.
it was bronze A, silver, and now this. Um, and they
I believe they
lost.
lost in overtime, right?
Yeah, they lost to the Kings. It was Bobby Buns, Bob Goodman
Oh,
had the
wow.
game-winning goal, and then he disappeared from the face of the earth. So,
Yeah, it
um,
honestly
Right
like
on top.
it's
yeah,
pretty surprising that they like haven't won a championship. Like they're a really good team. Like they got guys from like top to bottom that can play and like the right we tried getting. I'm pretty sure we tried getting that kid Riley is his name Horvath?
yeah, right.
Right.
We tried getting him on back. Like he's a solid player.
Yeah, he's good. Tiernan's really good too, the little guy.
Yeah, I think the kid Dolan is his last
Yeah,
name.
he's good too. They're actually really good. I mean, they're all guys who grew up playing like AAA ice hockey. So
Yeah, and then you put Diesel behind him too. I mean, he had a great game.
that's
He stopped everything we threw at him. I mean, I I hope they win. I think they deserve one. It's almost kind of like the Oilers. You just want to see McDavid win one.
dude, that was crazy today too. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was nuts.
The NHL like second and third round have been brutal, but maybe we'll end with that.
Sure.
Um, Stickheads, you got dude. This was a game I went Instagram live for it. The Wet Seals beat us, and we were in a 4-5 playing game with them with the Aces. Wet Seals, Jack Purdy and net Devo. Jack Purdy made his return to the upper leagues after playing dog shit bronze on Sunday night. Nah, the bronze league, it is what it is, but it's not gold silver, right?
Right.
If silver weeknight was on Sundays, it would be a platinum division.
Yeah.
So
Bronze Sundays, you have like one, two, or three guys that can shoot.
yeah,
In these divisions, almost everybody can shoot.
yeah. And aside from Sunday Silver is solid. Deve's
Right.
leading the league in points. It's crazy.
Right.
Player. Nuts. But Devo had 5 goals in one game. Did you hear about this?
No.
Oh my God, we'll save that. Here, I'll write that down. Deve's epic performance. Um, but yeah, Deves had 5 goals in one game. We'll talk about it. But yeah, like the Wet Seals, the 4-5 playing, when their whole team shows up, they're really good. And their goalie is normally really good, Vinny Marachi. And
Yeah.
then they pick up Jack, who was like just slid right in there and played really good. Like he played sick against us. I was surprised they tied that game up late, right?
Yeah.
Pat Foy won it in OT. Kenny Weber, shout out, he called the Pat Foy OT winner, actually. But But yeah, I mean, that was a sick game, honestly. Like, you didn't have Connor, right? He wasn't in that game. LePay, he was the only guy
Nah,
that's in, and no Burgess, right?
yeah, no Burgess,
Oh man,
no Connor.
Burgess was too busy filming his new YouTube TV show. Shout out Colin Burgess, Full Ride. It's actually really funny with Pat Shea. But Burgess is going to be an Epi 5, I heard. So shout out to our own there.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then Ben, this is the one that we were talking about earlier. Threat level Wet Sox, and then DHC 7-5 loss. Steve's suffered another weeknight one there. What are you drinking?
This is called Tropical Bear Hug.
Is it? Oh, it's alcohol. I got a Pepsi. I haven't had a Pepsi in 10 years, but from the party,
Dude, living that hard life. Damn.
it's kind of gross. But mm, the 7-5 loss against the Hawks. I mean, 7-5 loss. It was really just like there was zero defense for you and Lenny being played in those games.
Yeah, I mean, well, you look earlier, Burns the last year, District 5, they had the two best goalies in the division. Obviously, it was 3-2. And then you have
Yeah.
a game with Debo and it's 7-5. So that just tells you everything you need to know about.
He just wants to stop playing goalie so bad.
No, I already told him, I said, yo, I think I'm done.